is Karen Davich, and I'm familiar with the VNA. My father had passed away here in 2003.
My name is Jerry Davich. My mother, Nancy Davich, was here, and she passed away on April 22nd of this year.
I'm Judy Davich, Posiadnik, Jerry's sister, and I had a wonderful experience since the hospital.
They just have a specialness.
They do.
And I can't even describe with words, and I love words. Yeah. As soon as I walked in, you had this feeling of peace and calm and gentleness, and I knew that going in. I've written about this, but I experienced it. From that very moment on, through the end of my mom's experience here, till she passed, and we got all of her belongings, took them away, put them in our cars, and left the facility for good until now. That gentle, calming, reassuring, soft presence was here, and it's still here for us.
Sort of gave a roadmap of what to expect. Oh, this is going to happen. It says it right here in the book, and this is going to happen. This is happening. So in case it's like there was no kind of shocking or sad surprise, this is the process, and this is what to expect. It's all right.
And I wrote a note to myself, Mom. So I didn't forget today to say this, and I could say it now, is that the perspective of the person who's in hospice maybe gets overlooked because it's after the fact. You're asking us, you're asking survivors. We're talking about this because we're survivors now. But from my mom's perspective, when she was at the hospital, she was hooked up to wires. A lot of tests were being run. She was squirmy. She was fidgety. She was unhappy. She was trying to get out. She literally tried to get out of her bed at times in the last few days of the hospital. It was very painful for us to watch. No comfort there at all. When she got here from the ambulance, from the first minute on, she was calm.
Yeah. This was our home, and it felt good. It felt comforting. We were welcome.
I know this is about VNA Hospice, and I know this is about the nurses and the volunteers. We think they're amazing. We think they're heroes. We think they're human beings that I could never be, and I could never aspire to be. I don't know how they do it every day, how they make something so personal, yet it's a profession for them.
We would have 20 people in that room, and never once did they come and tell us to be quiet. There was no rules. It was to enjoy. I mean, everybody knows the last few days, so I think it was wonderful.
When my dad was first admitted here, he was aware. He could talk. We could converse with him. I watched a baseball game with him. So he didn't know exactly where he was. He knew he wasn't home. But we knew as more time was going by, he wasn't my dad. He was very demanding. And the staff lovingly called him the general. And they knew it wasn't my dad. My dad was a very genteel, soft-spoken man. And they knew that. And they never complained, at least not to me or my mom or my brother. They tailored whatever he needed and were very patient with him. And the most thing that I took away was they treated him with such dignity. And I'll never forget that. They treat if it's your loved one, whoever it is, your mom, your dad, grandma, whatever, it's as if their own family member.
What she offered us was her calming presence, and I really am convinced that she wanted to stay here as long as she possibly could. And that sounds like an odd thing to say in a hospice situation, but I thought she was so at peace, so calm here, and so basked by a lot of our love. We were all there every day. I think she wanted to embrace that, and as long as she possibly could. So that was comfort and dignity all wrapped up, sad and beautiful. Everything here in this building is all the human emotions that I've felt all wrapped up, and it was difficult to capture that and to live it and to embrace it, to be honest. And joy and contentment and family and despair and sadness and grief and mourning. It was all there, every moment and every 11 days.
Yeah, every day.
I think I'm talking way too much, but that's how I feel.
Embrace it, because ultimately you want them comfortable and you want it peaceful. You don't want to see your loved ones struggle in any way. And there's no struggling here. There's no discomfort. It's just peace. And there's love. And you feel it. You feel it when you walk in. And that's what you want for your loved one.